They're under plastic or glass, and there's a picture of them.
Papa has a picture, right? Does he or no?
Not on his grave, no.
No, it's just a name. Yeah, I know he has an... Oh, no, I remember.
He's in with his mother and father.
Yes, yeah. I knew that, yeah.
Yeah, there was room for his ashes there. But, but graves in Italy are very... I mean, a lot of times families go every month.
Yeah.
And take flowers every month.
I think that's a good thing to do.
Well, I think a lot of cultures are like, especially European cultures, they really, revere their ancestors. They understand that's how they got their genes.
They don't want to forget the
They don't want to forget their culture. Yeah. I know that show that's on, Finding Your Roots, I love it. Whenever it's on, I watch it.
So my great-grandparents are buried in Italy, or my great-great-grandparents are buried in Italy?
Okay.
Because my great-grandparents on Papa's side are buried here in California. Like Papa's mom and dad.
His mom and
they're
dad.
Here because I've visited Papa's grave and he's just with them.
His grandparents are buried in Italy.
And then so that would be my great-great-grandparents.
Yeah.
They're in Italy. Where in Italy is that located?
Well, Tuscany is north of Rome, goes over to the Mediterranean, and they are buried. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Massa Rosa, which is a town. If you leave Lucca and drive down the A11 or the A12, I forget. The A11, I think it is, down to the coast. Halfway down the hill is Massa Rosa, and the cemetery there is where your grandfather's grandparents are buried. And they're the ones that have their picture on the grave.
So whose parents would that be? Would that be Egidio or Estella's parents
That is Egidio's parents.
Okay, so Egidio's mom and dad, my great-grandparents, would be in Massa Rosa.
Yes.
And they have pictures of them on their
grave.
On their grave?
If you went there, you could see.
Their last name would be Pucci, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Not longer, or it's just Pucci?
Yeah, no. As far as I know, there is Puccini, and there's other names that sound like it, but as far as I know, well, actually, when I went to a little town up there, if you that's
the family crest,
Pucci, yeah, because Pucci's were famous in Florence.
Right.
And there's a Via Pucci, which is a street, and there's a villa, or a villa that's named for Pucci's. They were wealthy, not our part of the family.
Right.
Originally, yeah.
But are they like blood related to us?
Yeah, they are.
And they were very wealthy Italian family?
Yes, they were very prominent. And that's how Italy was. A lot of families are very prominent. I know one of the names I remember, is it Agnello? Anyway, the Fiat, the Fiat car?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Fiat and the Alfa Romeo, and there's a family up in Turin, Italy, which is north, kind of close to France. They're a huge family, and they just have massive amounts of money, and they're the car family.
Wow.
And then Missoni is well, you've heard of Gucci.
Yes, yeah,
well,
I know.
That's
Everyone
a very famous
Gucci.
family. There are a lot of Guccis, and they have a lot of money. And Missoni is an unusual brand of clothing. They're very specific, but it's a very, very large family, and they have a lot of property and a lot of money. But there are a lot of families like that. They keep it in the family. Yeah. I don't know that other cultures. Well, European cultures do that too. like wine families and
Yeah.
some of that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
well, because the Gucci family is famous for not cars. They're specifically like a famous clothing line, and they're actually really popular
Missoni
in
is the
America
same
right
way,
now.
clothing, yeah. And there's other big Italian families that are, we don't know so much because they haven't imported to the U.S. so much as to within Italy and to Europe.
I wonder. Yeah, I need to. When I'm in Italy, one day I need to figure out like if I can visit some of these grave sites or at least Egidio and Estella's home. Is that still something
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I
standing?
don't
You
know.
said.
Oh, yeah, it was. I mean, I've been there. I just don't know. But that's because when I went, cousin Marushka, who has passed on at this point,
Yeah.
her niece Antonella drove us around, and she took us there. That's the only reason I would have seen it.
Oh,
Is because
is it
Antonella.
not owned by the family anymore? But you can still see
Oh
the
no, I
house.
don't think so.
It
No.
just is
She
sold
just
to
knew
another
where it
family
was.
in Italy, but she's aware of like
Yeah.
so you can see the house from the outside.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
What does it look like? You said you
Very
saw it, right?
ordinary looking.
It's just
It's
it's a
not.
little like wooden
It's not. No,
or
it was
stone.
stucco.
Oh, okay.
Now it wasn't real old fashioned looking.
Okay.
It was like mid-century or this century for sure. It was
Yeah.
not that old fashioned looking. I mean, those are the houses I love. Those old stone houses. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, Ken and Terry, where they live in Orvieto, the building that their apartment is in is from the 1100s.
Yeah, that's really old
Oh
structure.
my God! But Orvieto's like that. It's very old. Very
Yeah.
old. Yeah.
The stone just holds up. I wonder what
Oh,
they
it's
used
the
as
way
an
they build
adhesive
it.
to hold their stones together.
I don't know. Sometimes there's not even any mortar. It's just so very careful building, very precise. Everything's just precise,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So they don't really have earthquakes in Italy.
Oh yes, they
They
have.
do? Okay.
Yeah, the Apennines run down kind of the center of Italy from the Dolomites are there across the top, and the Apennines come down kind of slightly to one side of the middle, and they've had whole. There was a village that had been there since the 1300s, and they had a massive earthquake, and it just almost destroyed the whole village.
Aw.
You know, who
That's too
knew?
bad.
You know, yeah.
So that's really cool then that Egidio and Estella's home is still standing, that you can find it, and it's still
Well,
habitable. There's a
not
family.
Stella, because she was born here.
Oh, so
Egidio's
they
family.
didn't live in that house and then move here.
No,
that was the house.
she was born here. That's
Oh,
his
yeah.
family's
So
house.
it's Egidio's childhood home.
Yes.
And then where do you know like at like what point he met Estella and they would come over here?
They
like,
weren't young. I think
interesting.
she was late 20s and he was in his 30s.
Okay.
Yeah. They're both of them very shy. Very shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard that like from like people that have like passed this down to me. They said that they were very like quiet, reserved
Oh,
people.
very. Yeah. Yeah, he never talked a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so people said Egidio like barely ever talked.
No, he didn't.
He was very
was
like
big.
calculated with his
He
words.
was really big.
He was a
and
big
then
guy.
as he got older, his eyebrows, they were like
I know.
massive eyebrows.
He had glorious eyebrows.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he scared people. Not everybody.
Yeah.
Not anybody that knew him. But you know, just to take a look at him, he looked very stern.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could see like Uncle Fred or Papa like just walking by them on the street and thinking that they'd be really stern or something. But then when you get to know them, they're like...
Oh, Fred was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Uncle Fred was a sweet... He just was so funny. Much funnier than your grandfather. Really.
No, he was Papa was so quiet and like respectful.
No, and Fred
was such a everyone's like, "Oh, Fred." I would always hear people say, "Fred's such a ham." That was like one that people would always say about him.
And he would sometimes just, even if he didn't know you, he would say something that would shock you.
Yeah.
That's how he introduced himself. You go, what? What?
Yeah. Yeah, Uncle Fred was very funny, yeah.
Yeah. So I have to stop and think of what I have to do for tonight before tomorrow. Because they're coming at 11:30, and I don't want to freak out because things aren't done.
Oh, yeah, your friends.
Yeah. But the food's all taken care of.
Yeah.